Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Weekly Roundup. I'm your host, Jake Friel. Alongside me is Greg Malakovic. Ralph DeVecchio on the ones and twos as always. Got a lot to talk about today. Going to be discussing the current situation with the 76ers. Going to be talking a little Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid as well as breaking down some of the Eagles' hires throughout the week. And we'll finish up the show with talking about a little XFL. XFL's back today, in case some of you guys weren't aware. 2 o'clock, ABC. Some of us are excited. Some of us don't really care as much. But let's get into our sponsors real quick. We are brought to you by Specialized Physical Therapy, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. And we are also brought to you by Ambook Services Gutter Cleaning. Ambook Services, 856-879-5530. Ambook Services, that number again is 856-879-5530. First things first, boys, how we doing?
What's going on?
Nothing much.
How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
I'm here. Can't complain.
Best time of the year coming up. Best time of the year coming up.
Especially for gamblers.
Not even, gamblers, just, but yes,
Basketball
absolutely.
junkies, yeah.
There's just a lot going on right now. College is in full swing.
Yeah.
NBA's in full swing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, NHL's picking up. March is around the corner. Golf's back. It's great.
It's a good time. But obviously, first things first, got to talk a little Sixers a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we do that, get into our poll question. Sixers should fire Brett Brown. Agree or disagree?
Well, I sat here on Wednesday and said it was time.
Mm-hmm.
So, should they fire Brett Brown? Yes, I agree. Will they fire Brett Brown?
No.
No.
Yeah, I'm in the same place as you are.
He's going to at least be able to end the year. It's one of those things where I wasn't really expecting a move. And the move they made was a really good move.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked the move. I like what they brought in. But it didn't to me seem like it was going to be enough to keep him at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Should they? Yes, because you just got to mix it up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Will they? Probably not.
No. Yeah, I'm in the same place. I agree. I want them to move on from Brett Brown, but realistically, just knowing how this organization is, I don't see them moving on from Brett Brown amid obviously something drastic happens throughout the season. But
yeah.
Other than that, I just don't see how it happens.
It's a strange situation because again I said I've always been a Brett guy. Mm-hmm. I think he's a very, very good coach. I think he's I don't want to say owed at this point, but he was exactly what we needed for the process, right? He was exactly what we needed. But I've also understood that a lot of the deficiencies that we've seen in the process are continuing to see now, even though you have a much better roster. Is there still holes in this roster? Absolutely. I'm not saying this roster is the best, but at the beginning of the year, we all thought that this roster constructed
to the finals
was an Eastern Conference Finals team at worst, right? Yeah. So, is Brett the guy to get us over the top? I don't know. It's starting to even make more sense that he's not. Does that mean a trade? A firing happens now, happens in 2 weeks, happens in 3 weeks? Who knows?
Right.
I don't see it, but to me, that's the only thing left to do
this season. Yeah,
because there's been so much turnover of the roster. You've brought in other players. You brought in different players. You brought in, we know how many people we brought in and out of this roster.
Right.
The only thing consistent has been Brett.
Yeah.
right? So, it's a sticky situation because of what he's been through, and we'll see where it actually where it ultimately ends.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like I said, amid something like obviously terrible going on, like a horrible losing streak or just getting
You mean
blown
like
out.
being boat raced 4 games on the road?
Pretty much, yeah.
Not being in any of those games.
Yeah.
And
that's another issue. It's just, and it even bothered me more last night just because what we did to Memphis yesterday is like we're such a phenomenal team at home, but then on the road, I don't know what it is aside from coaching. At this point, it's coaching.
And I'm not even necessarily saying it's coaching, like X's and O's in the game type of moment.
Right.
The stuff that frustrates me on the road is the effort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not coaching. Now, are your guys ready to play? That's coaching.
Right.
The guys on the floor, are they giving effort? You can't help that as a coach.
Yeah.
You can get somebody else in the game, but are you really sitting Ben and Joel for any extended period of times?
No.
If they're available to play, they're
Right.
going to play, whether they're dogging it out there or not. So that's kind of, I don't necessarily think it's, X's and O's on the road. It's more energy and effort, like, Tom talks about all the time. And it's simple. That's the only thing that a player at any level, in any sport, can bring themselves to a game is energy and effort, right? That's it. That's all you ask for as a coach is give me everything you have for the short period of time that we're here. Everything else is on me.
Yeah.
Right? Everything else is on me and the positions I put you in.
Yeah. And I think like my other thing with Brett too, I'm gonna, as we just get into the Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons topic, because there was a report I think earlier this week that said it's like I think the report said they're like jealous of each other or something along those lines, or like jealous of one another. It was something really odd.
Yeah. No, I mean, and you hear those reports all the time.
Yeah. So I mean, you can take that for what it is, but at the same time, going into the Brett Brown thing, I think when it comes to at least Ben Simmons' development, Brett Brown's kind of hindering that. And what I mean by that is Brett's known Ben ever since he was like a baby. He coached his father.
Right.
So I think just that personal connection, Ben definitely respects Brett, but he doesn't look at him as like an enforcement type of figure, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, Brett's never come off as being that type of coach.
Right.
Brett's not that guy. Does he need to be that guy? Maybe he's got to turn that corner. You go back to last year and that one game where, Jimmy says Brett came in and was F-bombing everybody and F-bombing this in halftime and everybody took a step back. But if you're set up as a coach that's not that style,
you can't really change.
You can't change, nor do you want to, because you want those times when you go ballistic
to be a surprise,
to mean something. You know what I mean? If you're always screaming, you're always yelling, when you get up in someone's grill and you get up in someone's face and you're still yelling and screaming like you do every time, what's the difference?
Right.
Right? It's just, this is just coach being coach.
Yeah.
But if you go outside of yourself to make a point, then, it might sink in a little bit more. I don't know that necessarily Ben, Brett has hindered Ben. The only person hindering Ben is Ben.
Yeah.
At this point. And even that, I'm still taking Ben every day and twice on Sundays.
Oh, absolutely.
Because in the 3 years that he's played, he's Rookie of the Year and a 2-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Without a jump shot.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
So, I understand the frustrations with him. I get it. But it's not going away until he decides it.
Yeah.
And as of right now, he is not deciding it, and that's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. And also leading up to, and we talked about in the content group last night, is that with Joel Embiid getting hurt with neck stiffness, hopefully that's all that it is. But at the same time, we saw people on Twitter last night just killing Joel Embiid.
Yeah, and that's going to happen because of his injury history. And I just thought it was comical that he was out.
Yeah.
I think if the game's a closer game,
he plays
the second half. I don't think that has anything to do with it. You know, it was probably one of those things where he wanted to come back, and we don't know this.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably sore. There's no question. He took a couple charges. You know, I didn't see the fall. I didn't see those charges, but I know he took a couple charges. So I don't know if he, banged his head at that, when he hit. And
That's
stuff
the only
like
thing
that.
I
So
can think of. Yeah.
he was playing well, though. He was playing aggressive. He was playing like the guy that you want to play, and I think the Sixers just realized that they had this game.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't need him.
Right.
And let's keep him out because who's coming to town next week?
Yeah.
The Clippers are coming.
Mm-hmm.
You got a couple home games before the break, and the Clippers are here next Friday, right before the break.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge.
Or right Wednesday or something.
I think
Whatever
it's the last game before the break. I know that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Getting into the comments real quick. Let's see. Starts off with Eileen Pompey. What's up, Eileen?
Hey, Eileen.
Hey, guys. How you doing? She disagrees to the poll. She also says, Greg, what's on your shirt?
Broad Street Built.
Flyers.
It's a Flyer shirt.
Bruce Smith also comments in the section, who's watching the XFL today? I am.
I'll be watching.
Ralphie's very excited. Got the game at 2 o'clock.
So we got the Bulls tomorrow and Clippers home against the Bulls tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Home against the Clippers on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Before we go into the All-Star break. So,
okay.
Even if it is something major, he sits out the Bulls definitely.
And then comes back for
he
the
might
Clippers,
play
yeah.
for the Clippers. Or against the Clippers, not for the Clippers. that would be scary. We'd have to put Ralphie on some kind of watch over there.
Yeah.
If the Clippers would have gotten Joel.
Ralph would be like, oh, no.
We'll see what happens with Joe. I'm not too concerned.
I'm not too concerned either.
With his soreness or his stiffness or whatever, it's just that game was over.
Oh, yeah. Even before Joel went out.
Yep.
But it wouldn't shock me just knowing how the Sixers medical staff is if they kept them out until the All-Star break.
But then he can't play in the All-Star
Yeah,
game,
that's true, too.
But
let's see. What else do we have in the comments?
And for guys in today's NBA, the All-Star games
is end-all, be-all.
That matters more sometimes
than championships.
than the actual game itself.
Well, that's like just crazy how the NBA is built now because it's not as much about championships anymore. Like, obviously, championships are still important, but it's more about your contract of being a max player and also just how many All-Star games you've been to.
It's all prestige now.
That's what it's all about, yeah.
What's my IG look like? What's my social media look like? You know what I mean? If I'm an All-Star, I'm going to get a couple more follows.
Yeah, exactly. James Wilder also says, I agree with the poll, but not until the offseason. Yeah, and that's, I think, how we're all looking at it for the most part. Eileen also asked, are you guys talking NFL today? Of course. Bill Middlebrook, what's up, Bill? You can't fire him this close to the break, but he should be 30-plus 30-plus lead going into the fourth, and they're not using the clock, launching up threes. Totally switched up their style and let the Grizzlies bench players put up 41.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to kill him on that.
I'm not going to. Yeah,
the game was over. I mean, I know Bill apparently put some shekels down and probably lost some shekels.
Oh, well, that's why. That's why Bill's mad.
And yeah, if you were a Sixers backer last night, yeah, you're probably pretty fired up right now. But
coming in hot today.
But you're gonna really blame. You're gonna put that on a coach right after.
Yeah.
After we just we looked good last night first time in 4 games we looked like an NBA team.
Yeah.
Not a G League team.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now because we blow the spread, he's got to get fired right now.
Pretty much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he lost me money.
You lost me money. He's out.
Yeah.
We're out.
Yeah. Do you think it's a possibility you guys do trade Joel in the offseason? If everything continues the way that it's going now?
Here's how I look at it. Obviously, if you're going to trade Joel, you have to get like a top 10 player.
Yeah, you'll get a haul back for him.
That's what I'm saying. You have to get something for him. I mean, if you put a gun to my head and said, would you trade Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons? Just because of like the injury concerns and his long-term concerns, because I don't know how much longer Joel's going to play. Realistically, I'd like to see him for another 5 years, just depending on the injuries. But if I'm going to trade one of my players, I think it would be Joel Embiid, just because of the length, like the longevity that I would get from Ben, if that makes sense.
It makes complete sense because that's the only answer.
That's the
only answer.
Yeah.
Is if you're giving me Ayton and Booker, I'm driving Joel to the airport.
Oh,
right now.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that has nothing to do with Joel, but I you know, when you can recoup a haul like that per se, and you hit it right on the nail, and it's something I said back years ago when we had Shady, and there was all those rumors about Shady getting traded to Oakland for the number 4 pick. On the downside, Shady was still good, but on the downside of his
career,
right before he went to Buffalo, and it was like, because running backs, you don't know how much they're going to last. Same thing with Joel. How much more do you want? Do we get 5 years out of him? Do you get 3 years out of him?
Yeah.
There's one guy, though, that is on the floor every game.
Yeah.
It's Ben Simmons.
And that's Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
He got hurt his rookie year, but other than that, he's been perfect.
Been clean.
He's been real. I mean, bang up here and there, but that's the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nothing major.
Yeah.
Now, granted, Joe hasn't had anything super major in a while. I mean, a concussion or a broken nose, whatever. That's not, to me, very major.
Right.
There hasn't been anything lower body-wise in a long time.
But
Yeah.
it's just that
the injuries stack
it just
up.
seems like every night there's something wrong with Joel.
Yeah.
Every single night.
Yeah.
And you're right, though. If you trade him, you need a haul back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'm perfectly okay keeping him.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of
What am I getting?
how much longer are we gonna get truly, one of, if not the best big in basketball.
Best case scenario, in my opinion, I say 5 years. In my opinion,
He has 5 years left.
Now what I mean by 5 years, like of him being like a top tier player, like he can still play for longer, but he's not going to be the same Joel Embiid just because of those injuries are going to stack up, and you're not going to get like a full season out of Joel as far as game wise.
Yeah, I mean, I think if any team gets 50 games out of Joel, 60 games out of Joel, that to them is a full season.
Yeah.
And does it happen this offseason? Probably not.
Yeah.
But if Phoenix comes calling and is like, yo, I'll give you Booker and Ayton, if Elton doesn't at least listen to it,
Oh,
he's
you
maybe-
have
to listen to that.
You have to listen. I don't know if there's much. I mean, I'm sure there's other deals out there that can make it happen. There was some crazy rumors out there with like
There was one
Portland, centered around C.J. McCollum, but I need more than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
there was
I need
one-
more than
Wait.
that.
There was one I was seeing too where it was
You want to do
Paul
Dame
George
for Joel
for
straight up?
There was one I was seeing for Paul George for Joel, just straight up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, I would probably do that.
I'd think
Dame,
about
no,
it.
because Dame, I don't know if Dame fits very well with Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're trading Joel, it means you're centering everything around
Or
Ben.
Ben, yeah.
And I could
And that's
And the
stupid to me
CJ
because Dame is Dame. But
Yeah.
and the CJ McCollum thing also comes kind of makes sense too, where if you're going to keep Ben, you got to surround Ben with shooters.
with shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So the CJ McCollum kind of makes sense in
Yeah.
some ways.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to have Dame. I would love to have Dame.
If I'm getting Dame, though, then I'm trading both.
You'll trade both.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm getting Dame, then again, not to necessarily need Ben, but if Ben's not going to shoot,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Dame's a little older now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true
Dame's
too.
28, 29, right?
He's still
Yeah.
Dame though.
No, there's no question.
still
but Ben's
Dame.
23.
Yeah.
Ben's 23.
No, you're
though,
right, you're
you
right.
know? And that's what you got to factor in.
Bill also says in the comments, "Come on, their best quarter last night was the third. When they're going to see, they don't need Embiid. Get rid of his ass next year. Ben and the team play great without him for some reason."
I mean, it's like the backup quarterback thing to me. Like, you sit there and you play different because you don't have your best player on the floor. Mm-hmm. So everybody else raises their game, and they can play at a quicker pace than they can play with Joel.
Yeah.
But you can't sit here and tell me over the last 2 years, and even so far this year, that they're better without Joel.
Yeah.
They're different.
Yeah, they're definitely
They're
different.
different. Not that they're worse, not that they're better. They're different without Joel. So, I'm not saying we don't trade them and we can never trade them. It's not happening, first of all.
No.
But to sit here and say they're better without Joel is not true.
Yeah, no.
Do they look better at times? Yes, because they're playing a different pace. They're playing a different style.
Right. No, I agree. It definitely makes sense. Eileen also says thoughts on the Ben Simmons and Jenner crap. She's a pain in my ass.
Yeah, I mean, that family is continuing to ruin lives
Of basketball players.
Of athletes. I mean, ruin Kobe's? No.
No.
He did crash right next to a Kardashian house, though, by the way.
Fun fact.
That's
saying.
just
Just saying. Just saying. You get around that family, stuff happens. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, look what they did to Lamar Odom.
I was just going to say,
guy.
yeah, look at Lamar.
poor guy. Damn shame. The goddamn all-star.
Dude was a pimp.
He
Watching
was.
I
him
love Lamar.
Watching him at Rhode Island, like before, like, you know, when Lamar was Lamar,
Yeah.
and there wasn't many guys like that,
Mm-hmm.
he was, wow.
Right. I agree. Eileen says, question for Ralph. Was the funeral service for Kobe /
Yeah, that's on the February 24th. They're having a public funeral.
Oh, they're having a public.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
At Staples Center.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew
Okay.
it
On
was
the
announced.
24th of February, Eileen.
Wow.
2/24.
24.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here we go. Bill says, no, I won 500. The line was only 6. Check out my post in the group. Call blowout. Come on, Greg. I'm the best. I'm the best.
Yeah, I see a lot of puffer. I see a lot of puffering in that group, not just from you, Bill, from everybody that doesn't lose. Wow. I just didn't know what the line
Seems
was.
like that everybody that bets in that group never loses.
And no one ever
Never
loses.
loses, yeah.
And everyone loves to tell you about it.
Yeah.
Never.
Like, oh, look, I
see
won.
no L's.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Never lost. LeVar Ball.
Yeah.
Never lost. Yeah.
Never lost. Bill just wakes up. He has a poster of Lamar, just of that.
Yeah.
He just looks up
Never
every
lost.
morning. He's like, you're goddamn right.
Ralph, your boys are killing me right now.
Yeah.
The machine. Yeah, I know. Tough day.
It's only 8.
Don't worry. About 30 more minutes. We got the XFL. You know who's also doing? I can't believe he's doing the broadcast.
Who?
Joe Klatch doing one of the broadcasts for XFL.
Is he really?
Yeah, I wonder how much money he got.
To spew nonsense?
Yep.
What's he going to do? Blow every Ohio State guy
Probably.
in the XFL?
Isn't Cardell Jones one of the quarterbacks?
Could be.
I think
And
so.
It'll be a slurp
you
fest
go.
whenever Joe Klatt got that game.
What's his name? They're saying.
Cardell Jones is the best quarterback in the world.
Yeah.
Why is he playing in the XFL?
And you know it's bad when Landry Jones is the face of your league.
I mean, Landry Jones can spin it.
I like Landry Jones.
Landry
David, wasn't he the first pick?
Yeah. I think he was the
awesome.
number
First
1 pick.
Aaron Murray got some love back in the XFL.
Donnell Pumphrey.
Connor Cook's in the in XFL, baby.
I like
Let's go.
Connor Cook.
He lost his starting job though, so it's all right. Yep.
Already.
off to a shaky start for Connor Cook. It's all right. Donnell Pumphrey,
Yeah.
close to he plays for Washington, right?
DC Defenders.
There you go.
Got them tonight. Let's go.
So do I. Bill also says Embiid. Embiid is what you see. He's got 3 years left on those knees. He can't run now. It's not that he can't run. It's just that he's not necessarily.
I don't disagree with the 3 years.
No, I don't disagree with
That's
that.
right about my shelf life.
Best
for
case
him.
scenario, it's 5. But
Yeah, I mean he's in that 3 to 5, and you know I think that's very, very generous.
Yeah.
Just and it's tough. I mean, you don't realize Yao Ming. You know, used to say it. Shaq. You see, Shaq can barely walk nowadays too. You know, just the toll of being that large of a human.
Yeah.
I'll never understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I won't either.
Heck, I wish I had another 4 inches on top.
Yes.
I mean,
you know?
look at
I
Bill
wish I
Russell, bro. He can barely walk now.
Yeah.
You know, so and then add on the injuries that he's had.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's definitely tough.
And Yao Ming too.
Yeah,
Well,
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming was what 7?
7'3",
7'3",
7'2".
Yeah,
7'4",
something
something
crazy.
like that. It was something crazy. Let's see.
Brinkman said, "Stiff neck, give me a break."
I was waiting for.
There's Brinkman.
I was waiting
Brinkman
for
was killing him
knee-jerk Brinks.
yesterday. Brick was
There's-
killing him yesterday.
There's knee-jerk Brinks. No, I agree, Brinks. But if the game's any closer, he plays.
Yeah, if it's like against the Clippers or something like that, he's definitely still playing. Brickman also says, last night's blowout doesn't change my outlook on this team, nor should it.
I'm not. No one. I don't think anyone
Yeah, no.
is truly taking last night's game into effect. I mean, Korkmaz hit 34 points. I mean, that's not happening every game.
Let's see. I saw a comment from Bill.
I love me some Corky though, lighting it up.
Yeah, I'm
The
all
heat
for it.
check from the logo. Hello.
I like that. But then again, when he has a game like that, you know he's probably going to go stale.
But the other night against Milwaukee, he had a lot of open shots. He just didn't hit them. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's the problem. You know, and that again comes back to the perceived coaching
Yeah.
on the road. On the road, they just can't make shots.
For whatever reason, yeah.
In Miami was close. We just had a bunch of open shots we missed. You know, Milwaukee, there was a bunch of open shots that we missed. And that's when the games get out, because when you don't make shots and when you stand around the perimeter and you don't have guys crashing the boards trying to get offensive rebounds,
Right.
you're one and done.
Yeah.
Now you come back and they score, and it gets out of control. But
It's just a back and forth.
when
the
you
whole
make
time.
shots, everything's changing. And the only person that can make shots is those guys.
Yeah. Bill also says, Greg, that's the new NBA. You don't need some fat, lazy, jogging, out of breath guy these days. Look at the Bucks, Celtics, etc.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I think the Bucks and the Celtics are good teams, but I think they have their limitations. You know, the NBA goes through ups and downs and styles all the time. Yeah, you know, Houston traded Capella to go small, but they're going to have nights where they can't make shots. They're going to have nights where, you know, they're going to get overpowered and bullied by bigger teams.
Yeah.
The bigs never going to leave basketball. What you're going
no.
to see is bigs like Joel try and transform their game to be more guard-like, you know, do more things, be more versatile, but the bigs never leave in the NBA.
No, I don't think it is. People are trying to say that it's a dying position. It's not.
The center position?
Yeah. Just the bigs in general. It's like a dying breed, which I don't think it is. Bill also says, all my bets are posted prior, in all caps.
Ah. Prior.
So, hindsight's 2020. Oh. I think, let's see. Brinkman also says, what the fuck are you doing betting on road Big Ten teams? Smack my head. I think he was talking to Bill.
Oh, he's talking to me.
Ow.
As I said, I Michigan State.
Oh, right. It's only 6 points.
Michigan State's a better team. I know it's the road, but they're a better team.
Yeah.
All right. So I lose. Whoop-de-doo. At least I own up to my losses, unlike a lot of people in here. I lose a lot.
Yeah. Let's get into football real quick. Bill says, what do you guys think about Dak turning down $33 million a year? I said he wants $45 million and not $1 less.
Well,
Well, the 33 was the franchise. Am I correct?
No, it was
No,
he was supposed to make 30. They offered him a contract
off-
where he was making 33, where he was going to make 33 a
Gotcha.
year.
I forget what the franchise tag would have been if he signed
It was like 20 something.
Yeah, it's a lot less.
So that's what they're gonna do now. I mean, I don't know that we could truly sit here and try and fathom a decision like that. You know, as Joe Schmoes
Yeah.
compared to that, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, you sit there and you think, oh my God, you're an idiot for
Yeah.
turning down $33 million a year.
Yeah.
But in his mind and his agent's mind, they want more. And who's to say he's not going to get more?
Yeah.
Who's to say he's not worth more? I don't think he is, but again, I'm not the one in the position. I just truly can't fathom being offered $33 million
And
a
turning
year
it down, yeah.
and turning it down.
Like,
though.
nah, I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm all right.
I'm good.
That's it? 33?
I'm good.
33 million a year? That's it?
I know. Doesn't it blow your mind that, like, you can walk into a meeting, right, and somebody hands you a check for $33 million.
Dude, even if my agent
right?
told my agent
and then
told
you
me,
saying, nah, I want a little bit more.
No.
like, even if my agent told me, be
It's-
like, you can
it's
get more
crazy.
money. I'd be like, it's 33 million. He's like, oh, no, you can get more. Trust me. I'm like,
Yeah. That's
Can
it.
I,
It's
though?
just crazy.
But what it comes down to is you now see the type of guys some of these guys are. Whereas Dak wants everything he can get.
Yeah.
But now he's not going to be able to throw to Amari Cooper anymore because he's getting everything
that
he
contract,
can
yeah. I mean, I'm fine with
get.
it.
Zeke's, I don't give a crap.
I'm fine with it.
But, Zeke's locked up, so Zeke's money's there. But now you're going to have no one to throw to, and you're Dak Prescott. So you're going to stink even more than you already do.
And probably won't have the weapons.
And you're not going to have the weapons because you make too much money.
Yeah.
Right.
It's why Peyton did it. Peyton was very rarely ever the highest paid guy.
Brady's done it.
Brady's never been the highest paid
Yeah.
guy because, during their most of their run, they were always underpaid so that they could spread it out other places.
Get more players, yeah. Well, here's a question for you guys. If they actually do give Dak the franchise tag, does he sit out? Or could he sit out?
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does either.
I don't think he's that type of player to sit out. But it's going to be interesting because, yet again, I mean, it's going to be just like what Kirk Cousins did, where he bet on himself for those 2 years when he was in Washington. Granted, he got the $80 million from Minnesota, but it's just going to be very interesting because of the situation they have in Dallas, where you know, if Dak does have a great year, gets him to the playoffs, you know, has a good record, you know, does his price on for a quarterback go up for him? You know what I mean? So it's a gamble for Dak.
That's the thing too. If he has another great year, then his price is going to go up even more.
But does he have another great year if he doesn't have people around
No,
him?
you're right.
You know, you got to look at that situation. One of the best offensive lines in football, one of the best running backs in football, a very solid defense. You have a new head coach now.
Yeah.
You had weapons on the outside. I mean, Michael Gallup's back. You know, who knows what else they have after that because I don't care enough to know.
Yeah.
Randall Cobb, I think, is gone.
Right. Randall Cobb was a one-year deal.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper's a free agent. So are you truly going to have a better year with less?
Right.
You know, why they're offering you what they're offering you because they know they can make it work and keep guys around you to make that work as well.
Yeah.
You're losing Byron Jones on the defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your
I think
defense
he's
is going to get a little bit worse. So again, does it come back to you want to really bet on yourself, but you're going to go to a team like the Raiders, and are you going to be that much better?
Yeah.
You know, you got to face Kansas City, you got to face New England, you got to face Houston in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You don't have that. To me, you have an easier road in the NFC.
Oh yeah, easily because
When it comes to playoff time.
Yeah. And especially if Brady, you know, and then all the talks with Brady, you know, leaving. Even if he does stay in the AFC, any team that Brady goes to is almost always a Super Bowl favorite just because it's Tom Brady.
Yep.
So it's gonna be
and you know he's
interesting.
not going anywhere that's going to be rebuilding.
Yeah.
He's going to go somewhere where he could step in and make an impact.
Yeah.
You know, because the only piece they're missing is a high-level quarterback.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying high level he's going to blow you away with stats, but more high level with his mental approach and being able to get the best out of those teams.
Let's see. Bill also says in the comments, if you could have Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, or OBJ, who would you guys want? I'd say OBJ, but think we wind up with Cooper. Eagles would love to keep him in the East. Here's my thing with Amari Cooper, and this has been my issue with him ever since he came in the league. He'll give you like 6 or 7 games a year where he's arguably like a top 3 wide receiver in football, but then the rest of the games, you don't see him.
Yeah.
You don't hear from him.
I mean, isn't that every wide receiver?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're like a Julio Jones or a Michael Thomas.
Right, but how many touchdowns did Michael Thomas have this year?
That's true, too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like these guys are – it's not like, wide receivers are scoring 15, 16 touchdowns a game where they're getting in the end zone every game. I'm not saying you're wrong, but,
I know
you're
what you
right.
mean.
The Julio Joneses, the Michael Thomases, they're at another level.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins, they're getting 10, 12 catches every game. You're right. Julio's not that, but I don't think that diminishes what he is.
No.
Because these guys, there's so many other factors that go into it. Again, how much better would he be if he had had another quarterback or a different quarterback? How much worse would he be? We saw him out in Oakland.
Yeah.
He didn't look great all the time out there either.
He had a good rookie year,
with
but
Derek
then
Carr,
With Derek Carr. That's a tough one.
I would take Mike Evans.
I take Mike Evans too.
See,
But
it's hard.
It is between Mike Evans and OBJ. That's tough for me. That's really tough.
I lean OBJ because still to this day, he might be one of the only or a handful of wide receivers that at any given time could take a 5-yard slant
And
to
make
the
it,
house.
yeah.
And I totally agree with that.
To the house.
Because he's been doing that to us ever since he stepped into the league.
There's not many guys at the wide receiver position in today's game that could take a 5-yard slant to the house at any given time.
Yeah.
Now, yes, you have to deal with the antics. You have to deal with the off-the-field BS. You have to deal with all that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, what off the field has he really, truly been?
Yeah.
Well, what type of trouble? It's
Yeah,
just stupid. It's more stupid than anything.
Yeah.
So I'd probably lean. If this was a trade deadline, I was traded for Mike Evans. I was all in on Mike Evans.
So was I.
And I still might be all in for Mike Evans. But out of those three, it's OBJ, Evans, Cooper.
Yeah.
And I'm still not upset if we get Cooper.
I'm not either.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll be like, okay, cool. We have another weapon, but I still need Howie to draft a receiver. I still need him to draft a receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still need him to draft a receiver. Justin Jefferson, just saying.
And I wouldn't be shocked if Howie goes defense. So I'm already prepared for him going.
It wouldn't shock me if he
line.
goes corner or safety.
Yep.
If he doesn't get Rodney or Jenkins back, it wouldn't shock me if he goes safety.
It's ball don't lie. Whatever happened, I don't know what happened. Ralph, do you know what happened? Was it a tech?
They said
Flagrant foul?
there was I don't know, but there was a loose ball foul on Tillman.
This is why you got to turn closed captions on.
No.
No, come on.
Closed captions are worse. I'd rather watch a game
No volume or anything.
than no volume. They called that a flagrant foul. Jesus.
Nice.
Just fell on his back.
The basketball today is so soft.
Yeah.
Like the flagrant foul they called on Josh Richardson last night.
I didn't watch the
Are you
game.
kidding me right now?
Yeah.
That wouldn't even been a foul in the 80s.
No.
Well, I mean,
He
look at
just he swiped for the ball. He never got to the ball. I mean, came across his chest.
yeah.
Swiped hard, knocked him down, but he's going for an uncontested layup. What else is he supposed to do? Pat him on the butt as he drives by you? Go ahead. I can't touch you.
Bill also gives one of his
Little tap.
Bill also gives one of his scenarios. Tom Brady to the Colts, and they get AB as well as Derrick Henry.
Wow.
Which,
Wow. Explain that one to me, Bill.
yeah,
I'm not saying it can't happen.
Start buying the Super Bowl merchandise now.
I'm not saying it
Jeez.
can't happen,
Seriously.
but I just don't know if I can fathom that.
Yeah,
AB
you see the
and
Titans
Henry?
might not pay Derrick Henry.
No, I understand that, but you have
Marlon Mack.
Marlon Mack.
Yeah.
You have a good tandem. I'm not saying they're not Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry, ironically, had his best year right before getting paid.
Yeah.
Right before getting paid. Did he truly change something?
I don't think so.
Did he truly change something, or did he just say, "Yeah, I need to get paid.
Yeah.
I need
I'm
the
gonna
ball.
Go out.
I need one more contract.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out now.
I need to go all out."
Yeah.
Right? I have a hard time buying into that. Buying into those type of guys, and I'm not saying because he was a beast at Alabama, but what have we seen so far?
Yeah,
Yeah.
his first couple years in the league.
He was a
He
backup
lost
to
at one point. He lost his job to DeMarco Murray. Remember that when we
that
traded
and
Deion
Deion
Lewis.
Lewis.
Deion
Yeah.
Lewis? Yeah.
Deion Lewis
So-
got a lot more run than he was,
Yeah.
especially because he couldn't catch out of the backfield.
Yeah, the only argument I would say for Derrick Henry, if I was an opposing team getting Derrick Henry, he doesn't have as much tread on his tires, aside from this last season. So I think that kind of sweetens the pot a little bit.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. The Colts are an interesting team, though. I mean, Bill's not wrong on them being an interesting
Miami's interesting to
destination this offseason because you look at a guy like Phillip Rivers, too. Phillip Rivers is in one of those, do the Colts go that route, right? Do they go the likes of a Tom Brady, a Phillip Rivers, a Cam Newton? Do they go with
Cam
a
Newton, I could say.
1-2 year stopgap
to go draft some. Yeah.
to give it a shot while they draft somebody?
Or do they just
Or do they say, do they really buy into Jacoby Brissett and try and see if he could be an NFL quarterback? Now, he's not a star, obviously.
No.
We know this. But can you spend your money elsewhere knowing you have one of the best offensive lines in football? You have a solid, stable running back with Hines and Watkins or whatever their third guy is. You have T.Y. Hilton. I think you drafted a young tight end. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I know what you mean.
they're that interesting scenario where, yeah, I mean, if you get an Andrew Luck, if you had Andrew Luck, they're a playoff team. Does Phillip Rivers, does Tom Brady automatically make them a playoff team? Who knows? And the AB thing is, I don't even know about the AB one.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't know if he ever plays again just because I don't think the NFL might let him.
Bill says it's already been leaked already by Brady. Don't forget my wife's cousin lives in his guest house, or said or said he stays if they sign 2 veteran receivers. Sources, Bill? Sources?
Sources
Got
is,
inside sources?
Yeah, is the friend living in the guest house. He just said his source.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the Atlanta Falcons. Sources, us. Literally us. Read
It's
that
my
again.
favorite tweet ever. It's already been leaked by Brady. Don't forget, my wife's cousin lives in his guest house. Or Brady said he stays if they sign 2 veteran receivers first.
Yeah, I mean,
So.
that's the route it's going to go because it's going to cost New England so much money to not have him around.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cost them more in dead money than it is to keep him.
Yeah.
Just pay him his $20 million, whatever he's owed, right? Whatever the cap hit is and whatever the dead money is. Pay him the millions. Go sign Cooper. Go sign whatever, and just make it happen because he's not leaving. He's not going anywhere.
No, I don't think so either.
But if he does, the Colts are an interesting destination.
They're
I do
absolutely an
agree
interesting
there.
destination. But Brady's going to have to go to a nearly finished product. He's not going to go to like
Which
a
I think
Miami
the Colts
or-
could be there.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Tampa
so.
Bay's also a good team to throw out for Brady.
Yeah.
Warm.
Maybe.
Warm.
Those Florida teams.
O.J. Howard, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. Just go sign yourself a back
You got the
out of
quarterback
free
whisperer.
agency. Yeah, Bruce Arians
So-
is
Bruce
there.
Arians is a good quarterback coach.
Yep.
You got Jameis.
Go get yourself a running back. Oh, my God, Jameis.
Not Jameis.
You got Jameis.
We'll just tell Brady, be like, yeah, I just throw it.
You know what, man? I wouldn't be surprised if Jameis stays in Tampa.
Why wouldn't they? Like, what else are you gonna do? If you're the Bucks, you bought into him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not like Mariota where he's already out the door.
He's, his stats are hollow as hell, but
Yeah.
obviously his agent's gonna build him up to be like the greatest thing ever.
stinks.
I know he stinks.
I'm like, well, he
But-
did have 30
but
touchdowns last
If
year.
we all sat here
Yeah,
and
with
said,
30 interceptions.
"Who's the shrimp on the floor?"
Cassius Winston? Oh, no, that's Foster Lawyer.
Oh, he is tiny. Ooh, wow, he is tiny.
Foster Lawyer. If that's
Yeah.
not a small white kid's name, I don't know what else is. Yeah, that's a mismatch, and he missed it. Way to go, Foster.
Down by 10, 3:30 left.
Bucket. Yeah, he can't even play. Jesus. He got a scholarship?
Yeah, he's your backup point guard.
Brian Wilson also says
Nice
30,
pass.
30 and 30. Guy's a legend. And
Yeah,
Jameis Winston
Yeah. Offensive foul.
finished off the season with a pick 6 in overtime.
That was the most epic thing
It's
ever.
the most Bucks thing ever.
It's the most Jameis thing of the
Oh,
year.
my God, it was
It
hilarious.
was the most Jameis thing of the year. And in the season on a pick 6. Like, you can't make it up.
No,
And
you really can't.
But Jameis did. No, I mean, but if you're the Bucks, like, how do you go away? I mean, I know how you go away, but is Tom Brady that much different at this stage in his career than Jameis Winston?
Right.
Is Phillip Rivers that much of an upgrade at this stage in his career than Jameis Winston?
Brady over Winston, though, dude?
At this stage in his career, he's 43. He can't move.
Yeah, but
So
for
if you don't upgrade the offensive line, which is probably the issue with Jameis too, if you really truly
Look at
into
it,
then
yeah.
you can just bring somebody in for a stopgap, like you said.
why not sign Jameis to a 2-year extension, draft your guy, and then
Oh,
see if
man.
we all said Bruce Arians is the quarterback whisperer. He had a year. He put up huge,
Huge
numbers.
Yeah.
Granted, hollow. But when you put up those numbers, you're going to sit there and just say, yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah.
We have you here. Sign him to a 2-year extension. Draft a guy in the 2nd or 3rd round. Give him a little competition behind him and see what happens. I'm not crowning Jameis Winston, but I just don't think
It sounds like you are.
I just don't think the Bucs are in that spot to go out and get that guy. Now you say bring in Cam Newton for a 3-year deal.
I'd do it.
Done.
Yeah.
I just
Bring
don't
in
think
Cam.
Brady or Rivers at this stage in their career is that much drastically better than Jameis for their team they have.
Yeah, but you give at the same time you give Brady, Chris Godwin, and
Mike
With
Evans.
Mike Evans.
O.J. Howard.
But you give Brady that offensive line,
yeah, that's true too.
he's not going to be able to throw it.
Where
they're
let me see where the
sieves.
Bucks are even picking in the draft. Just hypothetical.
I think they're mid-tier. I think. I think they're like 15 or
12?
something around there, like mid-tier.
Let's see.
But yeah. Well, Rap's looking at that. What do we think about the Eagles coaching hires? Real quick. I'm just.
Who?
Yeah. Who?
I mean, whatever route they're going to go is what they're going to do. You know, it's you don't want an offensive coordinator because it's a paper job anyway. So cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine because that just means that all the blame goes to one guy now.
Yeah, it goes on Doug.
There's all the praise or blame goes to one guy. There's no everyone gives Frank Reich credit, gives Doug nothing, but everyone blames Mike Rowe and doesn't blame Doug. Now there's only one guy to blame.
Yeah, it's all on Doug.
So the others, who knows?
Yeah.
I just think the Eagles just sometimes think they're smarter than
everybody else.
They're trying to be smarter than everybody else.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But other teams have done it. I don't care.
49ers did it, but
I don't care that we don't have an offensive coordinator because
really.
everyone knows it's Doug's offense.
Yeah, that Doug makes the play calls, so that I'm not worried about.
If it's Doug's boring offense, then we can blame Doug's boring offense finally.
Mm-hmm.
When it doesn't work again this year. So, and then everyone can sit there and say, "Oh, this isn't anyone else's fault anymore. This isn't Deuce's rotation anymore.
Yeah.
This is all Doug now."
Yeah.
Whether it works or doesn't, it's all Doug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
And the Bucs are picking 14th.
Okay.
14th.
They're 14th? Okay,
Yeah.
so they're right there.
Yeah, right in the middle.
I mean, we'll see. This offseason is going to be really interesting because there was a report that came out a couple days ago, too, that the Rams are willing to trade Todd Gurley.
You said you had LSU, right?
So,
Yeah.
They're in overtime right now.
are they in overtime right now?
Yeah, I'll turn that game on because this game's over.
Yeah, this game's definitely over.
Good old Michigan State. Always got to find a way to piss me off.
It's on ESPN 850.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brickman also says, who's Jordan Love from Utah and why do I see him with first-round
Who's a
mocks?
quarterback for them?
Huh?
He's a quarterback for them.
Yeah. He's a quarterback for him. But now he's, they're kind of focusing on him a little bit right now. So he's
Who?
getting that.
Jordan Love.
For
So-
who's focusing on him?
No, I'm just saying, scouts are focusing on him. So, because some scouts are actually giving him, a first-round grade.
Oh, I thought you were talking about, the Eagles.
Oh, no.
Again, talking about
Oh, my God.
being smarter than everybody.
What was the line for this?
3.
3?
So that means LSU has to win more.
Fuck.
No, LSU can lose by less than 3. So I don't even need them to win.
It's close right
Oh,
now.
okay. See, I don't know this whole gambling shit. Somebody's
Auburn-
got to sit me down and teach me how to do this
We've
shit.
been trying to teach you for years. You just you tune out.
So when LSU's they're favored by 3, right?
No, Auburn's favored by 3.
Yeah.
LSU
Oh,
is
okay.
getting points.
LSU's
LSU is
plus
getting
3.
3 points.
Okay. So
So-
right now it's 79-80.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Good
God,
Lord.
It's still 79-80.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they can lose more than by 3.
Less than 3.
All right.
3 or less.
So right now you would win your bet.
Right now, I would lose my bet.
Yeah, but it's 79-80 though.
It's 70,
Essentially.
76-80.
Right, 79-80, I'm losing.
Yeah. Oh, got you.
God damn it.
But now you're winning though.
No.
It has to be within.
See, this shit don't make sense, man. I'm not doing this gambling shit.
LSU has got to be within
In
3
3.
points.
Oh,
It's
okay.
now 6 points.
Oh, okay.
Or 7 points because I can't add.
Still
Yeah,
got
I
2 minutes
have no
left. We'll
clue.
see.
I have no. Oh, look at Charles Barkley.
Brian says, "What the fuck, Ralph?"
Yeah.
I get a grip.
I have no clue.
Guys never lost, though.
No.
Never
Yeah.
lost. Go in the group.
Wilson's another guy in the group. Hit one, never lost.
Oh, no, Wilson's lost.
Yeah. Wilson will open up about his losses.
He'll admit it.
Yeah.
He's a
definitely
grown
admit
man. Because he's done videos. There's video proof that he lost. And I lost because I followed him on the Super Bowl.
it. Oh. Yeah. Well, there you go.
I didn't follow him. That's where I was going anyway.
Right, when I'm not a betting guy. I don't bet.
Stepped out.
Never did bet.
Never going to, or thinking
never-
about it, maybe,
nah.
possibly.
Because
Potentially.
I'll be like, oh, okay, 3 minus 3, so I'm getting 3, and then all at the end of the day,
I made good money on
I
the.
fucked up the
I made
bet.
good money on the Super Bowl.
I think
bet,
the only time I would bet is it's just straight up. Like if I had the Dolphins over the Lions. I think what's that called again?
The money line.
The money
Yeah.
line. Okay.
But your odds are drastically better or worse depending on what the line is.
Yeah.
Oh god damn.
I put $10.
Can't you
on,
just pick out can't you just go to like a site and just say Lions over Dolphins?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
put 100 down on the lines.
Yeah, but you might only win 30.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean? Depending on what it
Who's
is.
projected to
those
win and
little,
whatever.
like people would hand out like during football
Yeah,
season.
the pick 'em cards.
The pick'em cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put
Yeah.
like $2 down.
Yeah, it's completely different though.
Gotcha.
That's
See,
just
I like
you know,
doing
that's
that.
just a pool, right?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
doing
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, those are fun.
Those
People
are
do
my
them,
type
too.
of gambling.
Yeah.
Put
But-
$5 down. You pick your teams.
Yep.
Whoever has the most gets the pot. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I won good money on the Super Bowl. I bet Patrick Mahomes scored the first touchdown running it in.
There you go.
So,
Yeah, I lost a lot.
I mean, I bet heads. That wasn't
That's the only bet I won.
wasn't one of my better bets,
That's
but
the only bet I won.
So going into the XFL because it's 2:00, baby.
yeah,
let's
it's
get it
2
on.
o'clock.
Let's get it
get it on.
All right.
My defenders are on.
ABC, right?
ABC
There
Yeah.
we go. ABC.
806.
Because
Look
we
at
started at like 2:15,
I
so
mean,
we
you
got
couldn't mute
time.
yourself for that.
No, I couldn't.
For
By the
people
way,
at, for
so
people at
I
home that
looked
didn't
up-
know,
Greg
Ralph-
wanted me to look up the quarterbacks
Yeah, who's the starting
that
quarterbacks
are in the
for
XFL.
the
So
eight
for the
teams?
Dragons, I think
Seattle Dragons.
Seattle Dragons is Brandon Silvers. He played for the Memphis Express of the AAF last year.
100,000 per game.
For DC, it is Cardell Jones.
Wow.
Okay.
I just
Cardell
bet,
Jones.
I bet Cardell Jones. And you said Trent Klatt is calling this game?
No, he's doing the one on Fox.
Oh, okay.
He's on-
That's
he's
that's the one
Fox.
later. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
we get Greg McElroy.
fine
Nice.
with that. Then you get
So
For
DC defenders got Cardell. I really
Yeah.
bet it. with
And they have
Cardell.
Los
the-
Angeles Wildcats have their
What a
quarterback
terrible
is
name.
Josh Johnson.
Yeah,
San Diego.
yeah.
Eagle. Former Eagle.
Yeah, John. He played for the Redskins
Mm-hmm.
in 2018.
Last year, yeah.
Yep, last year.
It's an Eagle
He
for
was
a minute.
he was a 5th-round pick in 2008 to the
Right.
Tampa
He
Bay
was an Eagle, right?
Buccaneers.
Was he?
For a hot minute?
I think so.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Houston Roughnecks quarterback is Philip
Houston
Walker.
Roughnecks.
Philip Walker?
Philip Walker. He was an undrafted free agent in 2017 with the Indianapolis Colts. Has never played an NFL regular season game, but in his 4 seasons at Temple, let's go.
Oh, Temple.
Threw for 10,668 yards and 74 touchdowns in 4 seasons at Temple.
Jesus.
That has to be wrong.
That has to be wrong.
He threw for over 10,000 yards.
Throughout his
He
career.
played 4 years.
Yeah, so that doesn't make
Golly.
sense. That makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that's the dude that beat out Connor Cook. What is- yeah, that's a
Jesus.
crumb. For the Tampa Bay Vipers, you have your boy, Greg's boy, Aaron Murray.
Yes. The former Miss Casey O'Donnell.
Yep.
You know who else is on the DC Defenders, Ralph?
Pumphrey.
Yep.
Yep. And for the New York Guardians, also Greg's boy, former Penn State alumni, Matt McGloin.
Oh, my God.
He's there.
Oh,
He's
my
there.
Lord. When you said former Penn State guy, I automatically went Christian Hackenberg.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Matt McGloin?
Yeah, Matt McGloin
Holy
beats out Luis
smokes.
Perez for the starting job. After
He beat out Luis Perez.
Yes, he did. Luis Perez.
Wow.
Yep.
Wilson also says, quick question. Who's betting on the XFL today?
I already did. I get the defenders, -9.
Wilson also says, and does anyone have any insider info on the teams?
Yeah, no.
We're
clue.
going through the quarterbacks right now. That's about it.
So St. Louis Battlehawks quarterback is Jordan.
Seattle what?
St.
Seattle
Louis,
Battlehawks.
just fold right now.
Uh,
I know
Jordan-
St. Louis is dying for football. They sold out their
Yeah, that's what
season
you said,
tickets
yeah.
so quickly. I know they're dying
they really?
for football, but you just named your team the Battlehawks
Oh, look at this. We got Seiler reporting with the quarterbacks.
right before the game.
Wow.
This is actually I want to.
I like this.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I like this. I like
so
the jerseys, too.
Battlehawks quarterback is Jordan Tamayu. He played
Okay.
for Ole Miss last year
Mm-hmm.
with DK Metcalf.
Okay.
And the Dallas Renegades quarterback is Landry Jones.
Jesus Christ.
Landry Jones.
Yep, and that's all of them.
What is going on here?
Matt McGloin.
What stadium is this?
What is
It's
this?
in DC. It's the soccer stadium.
Okay.
For the love of football, goddammit.
XFL for the
Here
love
we
of football.
go, baby. The very first.
What is this?
Wilson says the Battlehawks uniforms are tight, though.
Are the Battlehawks? What is going on?
I don't. What the hell is going on?
What the fuck?
Oh, they start there?
Dude, that's bad.
Really? You start there?
So they kick off from the 25 or 35. and you don't move if you're the kickoff or receiving team till you catch or not catch the ball. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But how
Oh, you okay? They defeated LSU.
That's all right.
how are they supposed to know that the other dude caught the ball?
What do you mean?
Like the team has their back turned towards the.
I don't know. I mean, I guess there's just maybe with that there is no fair catches.
Are we going to see a double forward pass? 'Cause you can
Damn,
do
no
that in
head.
the XFL.
Nobody headbutted somebody. That's boring.
No chair shot yet.
Yeah. 25-second play clock. Isn't it
Really?
40 in the NFL? I think it's 40. Yeah, it's 40 in the NFL.
Something like that. They just want to make the game faster.
Understandable. Vince McMahon wants the money.
Might want to hire Chick Kelly then. This might be the perfect.
Yeah,
this might be the
dude.
perfect league for him. Actually,
I do like the 25-second play clock, though.
I do like that. It makes it faster. This will be perfect for Chip.
Oh, my God. What a throw. What a throw.
Defenders -9's already
Yep.
looking good.
Jesus Christ!
Look at that helmet, dude.
That's like the UAB helmet.
Yeah, with the dragon on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, nice UAB stuff. Jaquan Gardner, Keenan Reynolds. I recognize Keenan Reynolds.
So do I.
Matt Elam, and he went to Florida.
Tracy
Did he?
Sprinkle.
Yeah. Matt Elam went to the University of Florida.
Huh.
Keenan Reynolds, isn't that Keenan Reynolds? Is that the quarterback for Navy?
Is that who that?
Can you look that up?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think that's
the
who that is.
running back or wide receiver from
3rd and 4.
Seattle.
What the hell was that to? It was a terrible throw. All right, time for.
4th down. Do they punt? Do they punt in the XFL?
I guess.
I guess so.
Since the quarterback's coming off, I guess so. That's crazy.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Interesting. We'll see. We'll see how long this goes. We'll see how long this goes before fans out. Like
Time
the
for
last one.
AAF, yeah. I'm just happy because it gives me football while
The
waiting
only
for
the
football.
only bonus thing they did though is they're obviously not competing with the NFL.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was the quarterback.
That's Keenan back from Navy, right?
Yep, quarterback from Navy. He was a 6th-round draft pick in 2016 for the Ravens.
As your kick returner, DC Defenders have former Steelers wide receiver Eli Rogers.
Nice.
So
Oh, Cardell Jones.
Let's go.
Let's go,
Let's
baby.
go.
Oh, jeez.
Remind me to make sure I tune in for the Trent Klatt game when he calls Cardell Jones.
The 4th overall pick.
Fourth
Or 4th round.
pick.
I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
He's a 4th overall.
Jesus.
Yeah, look
Traded
at
to
the
the
great
Chargers.
picture. I don't know what I'm doing.
What? He's like the walking emoji.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know what I'm doing. This is amazing.
I can't believe I bet to back Cardell Jones.
John Coyle says, I love that kickoff. It gets rid of big hits.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely right, John. It was so weird when you saw him lined up because you didn't know what was
yeah.
going on. You're like,
What the hell?
what the hell is going on?
Now,
no,
now I'm wondering if the NFL's watching this, kind of taking little snippets, kind of like, huh.
no, because the NFL thinks they're the greatest things, and they are.
Since-
Let's be real. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
It's the best product, yeah. I
It's
agree.
the best product, but
Where's Donnell Pumphrey?
right there.
Is that Donnell?
Oh,
Ooh.
he's dead. He might be paralyzed.
Oh, my God.
Looks to be paralyzed.
Oh, my God. He's a starter, too. That's crazy.
He was
Oh,
like
my
the
God.
first pick.
Yeah, he was like a top 5 pick, I
Wow.
think. Yeah.
Wow.
Freaking
Up.
up.
Already
Oh,
have
my
an
my
injury.
God.
First injury.
Yep. Headbutt to the chest. Led with his helmet.
They got the X's up for the back for
Yeah.
the guys for the medical staff in the
To
back.
bring out the
Hey,
cart.
it's real. It's real. He's hurt. He's hurt.
To bring out the cart. Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
this
well,
is gonna be fun to watch
Yeah,
today.
it
This
is.
is definitely going to be fun to watch. Yeah, I'm definitely sticking by after the show to
Yeah,
watch
this
this a
is
little
awesome.
bit.
Did you go through all of them, the quarterbacks?
Yeah,
Is that
that's all
everybody?
I've
Cool.
Yep.
Brian Wilson also says, ha ha ha, paralyzed talk. Jesus. Yeah, I think we're just about to wrap it up anyway. You guys got anything else before we roll out? All right. Let me just get to my our
No, I'm good.
All right, cool. Guys, we appreciate it on this kind of a different episode of the Weekly Roundup this week. XFL's back. If you haven't checked in already, definitely check it out. They're on NBC playing right now.
ABC
ABC. Jesus Christ.
and Fox.
And
ABC
Fox.
and Fox.
Fox at 5, I believe.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
4 or 5. It's one of the two. But as always, from the Weekly Roundup, I'm your host, Jake Friel, Greg Malakovic, Ralph Del Vecchio on the ones and twos.
Vecchio.
Deli.
Deli Vecchio. Get it right.
We are brought to you by Specialized Physical Therapy, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. We are also brought to you by Ambuck Services, Gutter Cleaning. Phone number is 856-879-5530. The number again for Ambuck Services, Gutter Cleaning is 856-879-5530. All right, guys, we'll check you back next week on another episode of the Weekly Roundup.
See ya.
Later, guys.